This is Kgosi Mampuru, the second prison, previously known as Pretoria Central Prison, one of the most dangerous prisons in South Africa. It houses some of the most dangerous, evil criminals you can ever think of. This is where murderers, rapists, and all these other hard crimes, the criminals are kept here, and is famously known for prison escapes. The masterminds that are kept here, they know about escaping prison, probably because of the conditions that are there. They end up having plans and escaping. This is one of the picture of the prison escape from Kgosi Mampuru. As you can see, they decided to take out the sink and find a hole and escape from the prison. Here's another picture. As you can see, a hole here to find a way outside prison, and there, freedom. So Kgosi Mampuru, that's where hard criminals are. I mean, the most criminals that are kept here, if you are locked in with them, chances are you are going to commit suicide or they are going to kill you. Most of them don't care about anything. The only thing that is there is survival. So it's considered one of the most dangerous in South Africa. And if we look at the most famous people that were housed at Kgosi Mampuru, and some of them are still arrested there. The first one is Eugene the Kock, the former policeman of Apartheid. This guy was the guy who was behind the torturing and killing of ANC and other activists. So he was arrested back in 1996 for killing the ANC activist and being involved in all these other crimes until he received parole from Kgosi Mampuru. Another person that is housed currently, who is actually in March 2022 awaiting parole, Oscar Pistorius. He was arrested for killing his girlfriend back in Pretoria house. He killed his girlfriend and he was arrested. It was a long trial until Oscar was found guilty of the crime, and it took a long time and lot of emotion. Actually, Oscar being at Kgosi Mampuru prison, there were rumors about him living the lavish life in prison, and he was not treated the same as other people, like the exercise in time, food and everything. Apparently, he received a special treatment. So people complained about the fact that Oscar Pistorius is not living as a prisoner, but living as a special person there in prison. And another person that was arrested and currently there in Kgosi Mampuru is the guy called Nicholas Nino. This is the guy who raped a young black child there by the Nnow-Dros restaurant toilets. He wanted to deny the fact that he didn't do it, but you know how the law works. They finally found him guilty and sentenced him in Kgosi Mampuru prison. He wanted to file a complaint for them to move him to a different place because of how dangerous Kgosi Mampuru is. And they feared the fact that he might kill himself because of the pressure there, or he might end up being killed because of the inmates that are there. They considered it that he's going to be living with inmates that did the worst crimes than him. So they didn't want to keep him there, but unfortunately they didn't agree and he's still there. And the famous and the last but famous prisoner that was actually executed in Kgosi Mampuru is Solomon Mahlangu, the freedom fighter. This guy was executed when it was known as the Pretoria Central Prison before they changed it to Kgosi Mampuru. Solomon Mahlangu is the guy every black person in South Africa look up to because he fought for the freedom that most people enjoy. These are the guys who sacrificed their life, but because of apartheid and how they hated the black color, he ended up being hanged in this prison and is famously known for that. So this is one of the toughest, most brutal prisons in South Africa. Kgosi Mampuru II.
If you are the first one, they will have your rope prepared inside here. The second one will have his rope. You see, as we stand here, we are not of the same height. So they have to prepare the ropes according to the heights and the order that they set when they were identifying them there. After you are being asked, you will be let in, the first one in, the second one, the the third, the fourth, until the seventh one. They could hang 7 people at a time. From there, they will be let in. As we'll go in, we are going to the execution chamber. And then this hood, we call it the hood. It was placed on their head. Not like that, sorry. It was placed on their head, but it was left open like this. And then as they were let in, after the hangman placed the noose, it's only when the flap will be lowered like this. So that, you know, when you are hanging, sometimes you find that the tongue is sticking out, the eyes. So I think they were doing that not to see their faces.
Death penalty. And there were people who were saying, bring back death penalty, bring back. I think they just need to walk through that place just for 30 minutes. Then you'll understand how cruel a system is when a government abrogates upon itself to be a killer. When government decides it's going to be a killer, just walk through those gallows and then you'll understand why we as African National Congress said no to death penalty. A very cruel system that takes lives of innocent people. You know, when you are executed, they can't say later, oh no, sorry, no, man, no, he should not have been convicted because you are dead. There are those who went to prison. At some point, justice found that they didn't deserve to be in prison. If you are executed, you don't have that chance. So there are many who went.
Ba